Hi, this is Matt Shear with another bean and cheese and taco report. And today we want to focus on Port San Antonio. If you're not familiar with Port San Antonio, let me give you in this video a short overview of the history of this community and the opportunities that are available to you, the real estate investor. For most of the 20th century, the area was known as Kelly Air Force Base, and the base was named after George Kelly, one of the Army's first professional aviators. When Pancho Villa and his bandits began to threaten communities along the Rio Grande, it was up to aviators like George Kelly to provide aerial reconnaissance of his location. In the early days of professional aviation, it was often said that a great mission was one where the pilot and the plane returned safely. In 1911, George Kelly was killed in a routine aviation flight where the plane crashed upon landing. Following the death of Lieutenant Kelly, and thanks to the success of the mission against Pancho Villa, military aviation was suddenly seen as a new resource for the military. And in time, aviation grew in South Texas with missions flying out of Kelly Air Force Base as well as nearby Randolph Air Force Base. With the arrival of World War II, the Air Force continued to train aviators at Kelly Air Force Base, but the base got a more important mission, and that was depot maintenance. As the aircraft maintenance mission increased at Kelly Air Force Base during World War II, a lot of women became Rosie the Riveters. And as the war ended, many of them returned to a new mission, raising families throughout South Texas. Following World War II, Kelly Air Force Base became one of the Air Force's leading logistics centers, and in doing so, it hired hundreds, if not thousands, of people from throughout South Texas. Another chapter for Kelly Air Force Base took place, and that was thanks to the demise of the Soviet Union and the fall of the Berlin Wall. In the mid-90s, Kelly Air Force Base was designated as a base realignment and closure candidate, and a couple years later, the base closed. For Kelly Air Force Base, a new chapter has arose, and part of it has to do with the arrival of Port San Antonio. One of the continued missions for Port San Antonio, and something that was started at Kelly Air Force Base, especially after World War II, is Air Force information warfare. Today, the 16th Air Force has facilities not only at nearby Lackland Air Force Base, but a majority of them also are tenants at Port San Antonio. Aircraft maintenance, especially depot maintenance, still continues at the former Kelly Air Force Base. Just recently, the U.S. Navy announced a partnership with Boeing to repair and update its F-18 Hornets. That contract means an additional 500 jobs for aviation repair and technicians here in San Antonio. And as the missions have continued to grow here at Port San Antonio, it also has seen an influx of new real estate opportunities. And that's what we want to talk about, is the many commercial opportunities within the former Kelly Air Force Base. To us, the biggest and most beautiful jewel in the real estate portfolio is Tech Port San Antonio. And so now Techport San Antonio is not only a home for conventions and other events, it's also going to be a venue for musical events such as the recent Smashing Pumpkins concert. As a commercial real estate partner with Port San Antonio, we can help you find the best location and the best opportunity. And if you're from out of town and you want to come visit us and you want to go to one of the concerts such as the upcoming Boys to Men's, please let us know. Best way to do that is to reach to us via email at hello@verdecommercial.com. That's hello@verdecommercial.com.